go through this right here. As we mentioned, there's so much good stuff going on. A couple of announcements also, so that you guys are clear. Uribe and Margot are going to be moving into their new office, their 7,000 square foot office. When is that happening, Uribe?
Like the 15th of August.
Oh, so August.
Yeah.
So August, next month, the San Diego location will be moving from its present location to a new location, and that'll be an upgraded office of, you said, 7,000 square feet. So they'll be having a huge grand opening. My wife and I, we hope to get an invitation if we can. If not, we might crash. So we'll be there, and that's it's a huge deal. Hey, it's a big upgrade. And here's the deal. I want you to picture yourself having your own office so we can go help you with the grand opening. Have you ever looked at it that way, or are you always going to be underneath someone's office? And here's how you know how to do that. You open up your own office when you are fiscally sound. So we're going to have a conversation about whether you're ready or not, whether you're also business ready, you're mentally ready, you are emotionally ready to take on the responsibilities of an office, and you're also ready for the big time. So when you're getting ready to open up an office, we will have a conversation with you. So therefore, we have offices that succeed. We don't have offices that fail. No one wants to open up a restaurant and then it fails, or you want to open up a beauty salon and then it fails, or an automotive repair shop and it fails. We prepare people to win with mindset, with finances, with the environment, with the right habits. The offices that we have here, you notice they succeed, they win, they stay in, they keep their doors open. There's no sense in opening up a business temporarily and then the people around you says, oh yeah, they're out of business. That's a little embarrassing. And it's also, it speaks about the preparation or lack thereof of the person who initiated that business. So we prepare offices with people, with money, with a commitment, with mentality, with the overall big picture to grow out of that and then keep expanding. You guys all with me on that? So congratulations to Uribe and Margot. And also, where's this Mark Aschenbrenner? Where's stand up, young man? Okay, so he came up to speak right here. And you understand what can happen. You just never know where your key recruits are going to come from. What did you make last month? What's your income on your?
Under 15.
I'm sorry?
Just under 15,000.
About 15,000. He said just under, but about $15,000. How long you been in the business? 6 months. 6 months. So 6 months in business. Here it is. 1 month you made about $15,000. Are you likely to make another 15 anytime soon?
Yes.
Okay. So at least we got that mentality going. So hey, it's happening all around you. People are making big money. And by the way, you're doing this part-time?
Yes.
Okay. So you make 15 G's part-time? I want you to compare that to the guy that does Uber. Hey, Mr. Uber, what'd you make last month? Oh, $1,400. Oh, he drove all over the place for $1,400. This guy got into business, listened to his upline, went to the meetings, got a license, made 15 G's in 1 month, part-time? Just getting started, brand new. I bet you he still can't fill out an annuity application.
Yeah.
I bet you he's still not clear with the new heights and how it credits and isn't this one or that. I bet you he still knows none of that shit. Think about that. So it's not what you know, it's what you do.
That's right.
It's the context. Is getting out on appointments. He or she who goes out on appointments gets these kind of results. Good job, brother. I'm so proud of you in that regard. Also, we didn't get a chance to hear from them all that much today, but we got big representation on Team Conquer at convention. So can I have Gian and Cheyenne stand up? Where's the two members? So here we go. These two young ladies, they are recruiting monsters. They are fearless. They talk to people. They're averaging 10, 12, 15, up to 20 direct recruits a month. They are individually out recruiting some entire base shops. There's an SMB with a team, and this young lady right here out recruited the SMB and the whole team combined, if you can imagine that. They will be featured at convention. Team Conquer will be highly represented by these two young ladies. They are in the top 5 of all of WFG. Well, I can't say number 1. I just got to say top 5. We're under like this, Anyway, but by the way, top 5 sounds good already, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, so I'm under promise, and then we're going to over deliver. You understand how we do that. So Here's the deal. When these people get recognized at convention, I want all of you guys to jump out of your chair at convention, clap and cheer really loud to show our gratitude and what kind of incredible example you guys have shown consistently. That's just the best way I can describe you guys, how consistent you are and how fired up you are, and the kind of future you have because of that activity is absolutely incredible. Appreciate you guys taking coaching and mentorship from you, even also from myself, and we will see you guys at convention at the top. Give these guys a big round of applause. Let's move on with further news. As Mr. Gemalita got up here and he says, hey, this business can explode. Let me go over some of the things that I pick up. Maybe you didn't quite catch it that way. Success leaves clues. And when you have momentum in your life, when you got momentum, when things are going good, other good things are likely to happen and the right people come into your life. And there's by no accident that the right people have come into his life, and then he's attracted to them by his incredible work ethic. The guy's focused, the guy's an animal, he's a monster. He mentioned he's going from one office in Lakewood to now 3 offices, got a location now in Irvine, getting ready to open up a location, a soft opening tomorrow in Walnut, is that correct? By the way, the office that he's having a soft opening at tomorrow was the office location that Guillermo Haro went to for the very first time when I was introduced to WMG. You ever hear me say that? 18780 Amar Road is exactly the same location they're opening up tomorrow. So it's funny how 20 years later we're back at this location, but obviously several tens of millions of dollars richer, so that's pretty cool. I like that. And then we have some activity in Fort Lauderdale. What's the name of the actual town where the office might be open?
Pembroke Pines.
Pembroke Pines. You ever heard of Pembroke Pines? Now you have, and we have an office there. That's freaking awesome. So we went from 1 office to 4 offices in a matter of a season. Boom, explosive growth. So that's tremendous. That's just tremendous growth and the expansion of your business. Also the emergence of Angela, Yumo, and Jason Cruz. Stand up, guys, right there. Let me say this. You know, we've had a couple of mentoring sessions. By the way, these mentoring sessions are open to you too. You want a mentoring session with me and Angelica? Please call my office, 909-397-8777, and we will meet with you. Of course, there's got to be a reason to meet, right? You've done nothing, probably not going to meet with you yet. You got to go do something. You with me? But we've had 2 or 3 meetings with these guys, working on their mindset, working on their habits, working on the way they see the business, working on their language, on their belief system, on mental toughness, working with them. And then you can just see the numbers start to really surge in their favor. And I can tell you from what we've seen 1 year ago to right now, we got a completely different. I see your energy. I see both of you guys' commitment. I see Jason giving general trainings where this guy's like Tony Robbins in the Filipino version. It is freaking awesome, and that's exciting to see. And here's another thing. Let me just be honest with you. When we first started coaching him, I says, okay, guys, let me see your savings pattern. Not saving any money. New Louis Vuitton bag, but no money saved. New shoes. They got the red bottoms, but no money saved. I said, you got to cut this shit out, bro. Hopefully you're not the kind of person that's trying to look rich on your way to being broke. So we cut that out. And they started saving money. And I'm proud to announce, I'm going to say it publicly, I asked her up here, says, hey, where are you at now? They got $80,000 saved. $80,000. Going from 0 to 80,000. And so we adopted the habits, the Team Conquer habit, pay yourself first. Every time you make money, you pay yourself first, then your bills. Who's doing all the work? You are. Who should get paid first? You should. Pay yourself first. Every time new money comes into your life, you pay yourself first. That should go for every single one of you guys, regardless of your income. I don't care if you make $11 an hour or you make $1,100 an hour, pay yourself first. And you do that repetitiously, like over and over. You create that habit, and now we're at 80,000. I can only imagine. By the way, you'll see when you have money, it grows faster because you get excited about it. You got to be committed to saving money. Many of us here, when we come to this business, we weren't saving a dime, but you keep listening to this message over and over again about you got to get committed to saving money. You have to be the first person who sees the benefit of your efforts. Why do you get up in the morning? Why do you hit that traffic? Why do you put up with the political BS at work? Why do you pay such a tremendous sacrifice? so that you are a middleman between your paycheck and your creditors. Think about it. That's how most people live. This is my job. Gives me a check. I only receive the money for a little bit, and I pay it out to someone else. So I do all the work. It comes in, but it goes out to everyone else. You pay your mortgage, your rent, or whatever you have, your car payment, your car insurance, your cell phone bill, groceries, gas bill, cable. Most people are middlemen between their income from their job and their creditors or their bills. Are you all with me?
Yep.
Okay, that's a guaranteed way of going broke and staying broke. Or you can switch it. He says, I'm going to pay me first. I'm the first bill to be paid. The Guillermo and Angelica Haro Get Rich Fund is bill number 1. Then the mortgage, then taxes, then this, then this, then this, then, bags, then all that other shit. Y'all with me on that? Yeah. Pay yourself first every month. Commit to that. And if you do that for the rest of your life, you won't be one of these people. You guys saw on Twitter, I posted, thanks guys, on Twitter. How many guys follow me on Twitter? Follow me on Twitter. I post a lot of good stuff on there. So here I am going through my workout, and I pull out of the gym, and upstairs I notice this man with a Paul Gasol Laker jersey on. I don't know where that happened. He's got this, older gentleman. He's got to be in his 60s. He's walking around the gym with his plastic bag, looking in the trash can and pulling out plastic bottles so he can go recycle them. Then I come downstairs. Here he is digging in all the. Oh man, it just broke my heart. Latino man. And I just looked at that guy. I was like, he's a good man. He's a good husband. He's probably a good dad. He's a good soul. Never learned the money game. Never learned the money game. No one ever sat with him and says, hey, dude, pay yourself first. No one ever committed him to teaching him the principles of money. Remember, we tell you money is a game. You learn how to play the game. You win. You don't know how to play the game. You don't establish the right habits. You'll end up in your 60s collecting bottles, plastic bottles, to go recycle them. And basically, you lose some of your dignity. I want you to think about if that were your parents. That could be your mama, your daddy, that never learned the money game. They never came to these meetings. They never got a life license. They never understood the rule of 72. They didn't buy into buy yourself first or pay yourself first. They didn't buy into that stuff. All of you right now, please listen to when we say this. You're 27 years old right now. Do it. Pay yourself first. For the rest of your life, pay yourself first. And then stretch it. Pay yourself even a little bit more. It starts out with 10%, then you ought to do 15%, then 20%. And I got to the point, at one point, it was like 80% of our income was all being saved. And you learn how to live on that 20. And we still have nice stuff. There's not too much stuff we want that we don't get, other than a private jet. The Get Rich Fund is going to take care of that one. But think about that. There are people who show up to the WFG business model, hear this stuff, don't pay attention, don't apply it, and then they go continue with their life, and then have the same result as if they never came. What a sad deal. That shouldn't be you. If you're part of us, you need to start to grow and scale your savings and your belief that you're supposed to be financially independent. That's what it's all about.
That's right.
Money is not everything, but lack of it is. Try telling that guy that was 66 years old, let's put an age on him, if that's the number, pulling out bottles from the trash can, tell him, hey, money's not everything. See what he responds. So, you guys listen to this stuff, and then teach it to your kids. Our kids always want toys. Before we buy the toy, we save first. Before they get the toy, they're going to save first. So we ingrain it in. We got to save money. They have a little bank account. By the way, we got 3 or 4 little piggy banks, and we start diversifying. Put it in this one. This is long term. This is retirement. This is emergency fund. Papa, what's an emergency fund? Don't worry about it. It's not likely to happen because we're loaded. Y'all understand that? It's typically the poor and the challenged who have emergencies. I live in an affluent community. Rich people don't have emergencies, or very few of them. I can't say never, but I don't ever remember up in my community the sirens and all the minutiae like what you see within the lower income communities. When you are financially well off, you've eliminated a lot of the problems that everybody else goes through. Work your butt off, take the disciplines to make sure one day you are there, so therefore you can live life on your terms and you're calm and you're not stressed, and this mind of yours is not all over the place. It's not full of all this noise and racket. I'm so proud of all of you guys here for doing that. So Jason and And Angela, continue to do that. I'm glad you guys listen. By the way, didn't it feel better?
Yes.
That 80G saved, that's just the beginning. I mean, I don't know how much longer it'll be before it's 100 and then 200 and then 500,000. By the way, it said it there.
Yes.
D, where you at now?
I'm there.
I know. I could always brag about it. By the way, I got this podcast out there. You guys look on the podcast. Go to Sam Bakhtiar, Bakhtiar. He interviewed me. We had. How many of you guys saw the podcast with me in there already? All right. So if you haven't shared with your teammates, go on there and we're going to start to do a lot more of that because I think the social media stuff is for real. And we're getting recruits and sales and a lot more attention because of it. So that's good. I also want to talk about the J.R. Mejia story that he did. You hear about his the tremendous sacrifice that his dad paid? By the way, I know J.R.'s dad as a personal friend of mine. I've known them for 20 plus years. I always looked at J.R.'s dad kind of like my dad because I lost my dad when I was a young man. I was 19 years old and I lost my dad. And then I met them and I've always hung around them. J.R.'s family and I are really tight. And I personally know him, and I remember going through that scenario. I says, "Where are you going?" So I got to go pick up my kid. Where's the kid go to school? Oh, it's like all the way over there in Locker Center, like on the 210 freeway, and they lived in LA. And I'm like, and I said, they probably have a plan. And knowing the family, and to know that today, J.R. and Michelle have built a business where they're going to be able to transform their families' lives and put them in a position where now money is in their favor, not against them. They're no longer just working for money. Money's not going to work for them. What a beautiful story, man. I just wanted to tell you, I so appreciated that you said that. It hit me right here when I was talking about that. And whenever I hear that people do special things for their parents, it always hits home to me because I can't do anything for my dad anymore. But I can do something for my mom. We give my mom a check every month. I bought her 2 new cars. I send my driver over there to pick up her car, go put new tires, change the oil, wash it, clean it. We pay the insurance on it. It's a cool thing to do. If you were more successful, you'd be able to take care of your mama and your daddy with you.
Yes.
But since that's not the case yet, then some of us still have parents that are struggling. It is up to you for your parents not to struggle. If you walk out of here today, what's the one thing you got from G? I'm a busted, so therefore I can give back to my parents. That's what you should do. Especially all you Latinos in here, all you people that are immigrants. Your parents came here to give you a shot. Man, you better take advantage of that shot. They gave me a shot. My mom and dad paid a tremendous price for me to be in this business. They gave me a shot. You better believe I'm going to maximize my opportunity to give back to them, and so we do that. So appreciate that story, man. That's awesome. By the way, there's so many other stories with you. Raise your hand if you got something good going in your WFG business right now. Let me see here. You got something good going on. You got good appointments. You got new recruits. By the way, this should be everybody, and we want everybody to have that. Let me finalize our conversation here. I have a few questions for you. Do you believe that good closers ask good questions?
Yes.
Here we go. I have some questions for you. Just you where you stand right now. Let's do a little observation of your mindset right now. So I ask you right now, what's good in your life right now? Do you constantly look at the good things in your life, or do you just focus on the bad things? So right now, in your life, what's good? Just write down a couple of notes. 2 or 3 things that are good in your life right now. Is your health good, or are you sick? Is your family good, or is there a problem there? Your outlook, your mind, your behaviors, what's good in your life right now? So think about that. Don't take things for granted. What's good in your life? Write them down. Be appreciative. Live gratefully. Every single day, my kids come into my bed, they jump in my bed, Daddy, good morning. What are you grateful for? And they got the whole routine. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for our home. I'm grateful for because we love each other. I'm grateful because we're healthy. I'm grateful because we have food on the table. I'm grateful that we have an opportunity to make it better. I'm grateful that we help other people. The best thing we can do for people is give them a good example. Can everybody give me an amen on that? Amen. So what's good in your life right now? Just, hey, successful people are very grateful. They're honored to be where they're at. So what's good in your life? Number 2, what are you grateful for? Sort of a common thing there. What's good in your life, and what are you grateful for? Those are 2 good questions. Let me ask you a business question here. Who's your next big recruit?
Today.
You got that guy locked down? Have you been eyeing him? When are you going to pull the trigger? Who's your next big recruit? Who's your next Anthony McGowan? Who's your next Carlos Bruner? Who's your next Mark Chuthar? Who is he or she? What do they do? How are you going to get close to them? What do you do to create the meeting? Who's your next big recruit? The one guy in your life that you're going to override for years and years and years, and this guy's going to bring financial prosperity to your life. Have you identified him? Who's your next big recruit? Who's the first person you're going to put him in front of? How are you going to talk to him? Will you have the ability to retain him? Are you a good person? Will you be able to provide a good example? Watching you, would they be fired up to be in business with you? Who's your next big recruit? That's a good question. Who's our next big recruit? Heiners. She's passed her test. So the one recruit took us about 3 years to finally rope him in. She just passed her test. Just passed her test. And you guys will see our numbers in our base shop will start to blow up because this couple is dynamite. They're dynamite. Really fired up. By the way, we got like 6, 7 of them that we've been eyeing. And we start to get them close to us and go have lunch with them, go have dinner, talk to them, sell them the dream. We're going to go big. I've tasted this, but I want more. Do you want more?
Yes.
Say it like you mean it.
Yes.
I want more. Here we go. Let me ask you a different question. What's the next major change in your life? That's a good question. What's the next major change in your life? I'm talking about change, a significant change. I'm talking about maybe change in zip code, change in mindset, change in financial status. What is the next major change in your life? What is the next major change? Do you have a major change plan? Maybe a huge change with numbers. You've been at 0 to 1 recruit. All of a sudden, boom, you go get 8 direct recruits. That's a major change. Like a change from mediocre, kind of okay, to boom, all the way to the top. What's the next big change in your life? Some of you guys need to quit smoking. Some of you guys need to lose some weight. Some of you guys need to go to a doctor to check yourself out because you've not been feeling good, but you've been procrastinating. That's a major change. Some of you guys need to go to your mom and daddy and says, from here forward, I'm going to take care of you. That's a major change. What's the next major change in your life? And people don't ask you these questions. That's why we don't really address them. What is the next major change? Is it coming? Are you going to forge it? Meaning, are you going to get closer to it by the activities you create? The things that you do on a daily basis? This is real stuff, man. What is the next major change? Some of you guys need to get out some of these toxic relationships you're in. That's a major change. Some of you guys need to get into good relationships. Go find them. Pursue them. Get after it. Persist. If you are in a toxic relationship right now where someone doesn't value your intentions and where you're headed, you probably need to exit that. That's a major change for your own good. Take full control of your life. Someone's not rolling with your dreams and your aspirations, it's probably time to cut them loose. True? Yeah. Now, we're not here to cause divorces, but it's your life. It's your life. It's your future. It's your suffering. It's a lack of no support. If someone doesn't buy into the dream you set for yourself, it's time to reconsider. That's a major change. How many of you guys are with me on that? Raise your hand. Yes, okay. Here we go. Let me ask you a really solid question for you. Right now, you got to ask this to every single one of your clients. Right now, what is the single most important thing to you? Mr. Client, right now in your life, what is the single most important thing to you? Every one of you guys need to ask yourself that, and then you need to ask your clients. That's how you sell life insurance. Mr. Client, let me ask you a question. Listen closely. Right now, in your life, what is the single most important thing to you? And be quiet and look at them and don't talk until they respond. And if they don't say my family, you're probably selling to the wrong market. For me, let me close it out with this. For me, my family is absolutely the single most important to me. My wife, my 3 kids, my mama, my brothers, my sisters, the people that are immediately close to me, those are the single most important things to me. I will fight for them. I will sacrifice for them. I will go to the end of the world and back. I will go to hell and back for my family. My family is a single, and I show that every day. I'm loyal to my wife. I support my kids. I provide for them. I bust my butt. I have fun with them. It's not always perfect. We have our moments when things aren't good. But my wife, my kids, is the single most important thing to me. What's yours? Hopefully that's an important conversation that you're having with yourself. We don't normally talk about this in business. You know, there's no IBM meeting right now or any kind of Cisco Systems operating meeting where they say, hey, right now what's the single most important? Because they want that company to be the single most important thing, not us. WFG is a second to my family. It's my family, then WFG. But WFG is the engine to provide all the financial tools necessary in order to have a successful marriage, to have a happy home, to have reliable transportation, to put food on the table, to provide for vacations, to sit first class, to have nice meals, to go to the movies. I just watched Toy Story 4. I did. Fascinating. One kid loved it, the other kid fell asleep, and then I was in between. By the way, the moral of the story is amazing. Like I'm thinking, I'm a businessman. I'm like, oh my God, these Disney people are freaking making millions of dollars showing people cartoons that they can watch on TV. Ain't that shit crazy? We took our nanny, $55 to get into the movie. And then the popcorn was $8. And then let me tell you how we're do things a little unconventional. My wife bought one of these big purses with her. She bought a bag of popcorn. She bought the popcorn. Everybody's looking, you open up the bag. And we're passing the bag around, people like this, and then, everybody's got their nice popcorn with the butter and the big cup. And we had like a big Costco brand popcorn. $8 in our popcorn. Ooh, that shit. Well, they don't check you, so we roll. Team Conquer, let's go to the top. Listen, at convention, we need you there. No, I'm not done. Don't put all your stuff away, right? Just listen to me for a little bit. When we go to convention, you guys, we want you guys to be with us, and we want you to completely experience what it's like to go have an event change your life. Convention is a life changer. It will alter who you are. How many of you guys are going to convention for the very first time? Stand up, you're going to convention for the very first time. You're going to be there. Wow. And listen, all of you guys that are going for the very first time, all right, thank you. By the way, that's a great turnout. That's awesome. I appreciate you guys. Let me give you a couple of things here, and then we'll wrap up. We go to convention, one, we want to make sure we're all together. We sit in the same location. So make sure you're connected with where we're going to sit at. We don't want you to be sitting far away from us. We want Team Conquer to all sit together. We clap and cheer louder than we've ever done. We're united. And then everybody participate in everything we do there. When we go to the breakout meeting, you be at the breakout meeting. We're at the arena. We're at the gala and everything. Follow the whole menu of events that we have there. And when we get to this convention, let me tell you a couple of do's and don'ts. Do not go to convention to gamble and party and club and drink and get faded and get lit and get twisted, whatever name you use. Right? Those are all appropriate words. To get buzzed. Convention is not for that. I would like to see, I'm not your daddy, so I'm not going to order this, but none of you have any money to lose. Do you? So you shouldn't be at the jackpot or the table or the 21 or craps or the slot machine. None of you guys should be there. You need to get into the hotel, check in, go up to your room, prepare your notes, know what's going to happen for the day. None of you guys should be partying. My wife and I will party the very last night with a select number of you guys, but that's it. On Wednesday night, on Thursday night, on Friday night, we're not partying. We're not out there at the clubs. We're not out there trying to, get bottle service and all that. These are cardinal mistakes that you see other people that are already blowing money. There'll be people in WFG that make pretty good income, and they'll be blowing $5,000, $6,000 at the club with bottle service, trying to pretend like they're big time. Don't do that. I've never taught you that. I'll have a great time, but I'm not paying $6,000 in a freaking bar for booze. That's stupid.
That's right.
That's like super stupid. So don't do any of that. I'm not telling you to have a great time, but let me tell you, having a great time is when you know you're financially independent. That is the best fun you'll ever have. and you feel confident, you feel certain. So don't go blow it at Vegas. You're there in Las Vegas to develop yourself, to grow, to mobilize your team, to extract from all the talks of all these leaders necessary information that will come back and get you going. One other thing about Las Vegas is before you go, make sure you have appointments, tons of appointments set for after you come back. Because you're going to come back just freaking absolutely fired up. And if you're fired up, you got all this energy, you need to quickly have lots of appointments. If you don't have 10 appointments for after Vegas booked, that's the first thing you need to do. You need to have 10 appointments, one-on-ones, KTPs, guests. You need to have lots of activity so that when you come back, you can quickly interject all of your activity, all of your excitement into practical application. So make sure you have appointments for after. Another thing is get to Vegas safely and come back. 2 hands on the steering wheel. Guard your life. Do you have a big future? Yes. So let's guard it. If you're flying, travel safe. If you're driving, that's when a lot of challenges can happen. That 15 freeway has claimed a lot of unfortunate scenarios. You not be one of them. 2 hands on the steering wheel. Don't text. Make sure you're looking at the road. Check your tires. Prepare. Prepare to win. A lot of people take this for granted. Make sure you are getting there and coming back safely. You got an incredible future. We will see all of you guys in Las Vegas. Let's go kick some butt. I love you guys. Take care.